Okay, guys. So today I'm going to touch a topic which is a little different from typical strength and conditioning, but it's very well interrelated with the strength and conditioning and all the fitness related information. And it's about nutrition. Okay, so it's a very kind of a confused topic for many individuals, even though they dial in their exercise routines, they dial in their strength and conditioning and their mobility and their physiques. But the one thing that they are unable to dial in and they are pretty confused about, and because of there is a lot of misinformation out there, and there are a lot of specifics to individuals and they prescribe specifics. People get confused, and I myself was confused for so many years that I almost tried each and everything, this diet, that diet, this keto, that keto, that deprivation, this deprivation, that hogging, this intermittent fasting. And things do work for some, things do work for a few days, but they don't work permanently, and that is where you have to find a solution. Same with your training, things do work for a few weeks or months, and then you have to make modifications, and that is where people get confused. In training, it is laid down and it works as it is laid down, right? And it's all about your effort. The more you do, the more you put in, the better you get, right? But in nutrition, you have to be a little more smart, and you have to take decisions based on your own body type. So to start off, the basic problem is a lot of confusion that people have, especially for losing fat, maintaining muscle, only building muscle, gaining weight, for skinny people, for skinny fat, removing that fat and getting more muscular. And the major problem is that you see so-called shredded people online, and you try to seek that so-called physique in real world. 99% information online, if you delve deeper into the real lives, it's totally mind-blowing, because you are going to find things that are really you wouldn't expect, things that are happening behind the scenes. Okay, so you be yourself, you take care of your own body, and you see for yourself what is best for you. Okay, and always think over and above what you are seeing online. Okay, what is being portrayed. People usually portray their best selves, but when they go offline, something else is happening. Okay, so I have stopped believing in that. So I believe in what is happening with my body and how I can make it better, right? So that is where the confusion is. Now, how do we break that nutrition thinking barrier that is going? So there are a few points that I want to highlight. The first and foremost is the three things: protein, fiber, and water are three things that, and basically before starting this, I want to highlight this, that these ideas I've taken a metabolism course from Dr. Jake Data, and I really liked his ideas, and I implemented those ideas on me, and those really worked. And that is why I wanted to share this. Okay, so there's no way I am putting forward my own ideas. I'm just sharing whatever I've learned. So yeah, so protein, fiber, and water are three things that keep you full. You really want that. Things that are low in calorie, but they keep you full. Second, your food intake should match your activity. Okay, so if you're sitting all day, you don't really need those many calories. Okay, you don't really have to. I don't count calories. You also, if you don't want to be neurotic, don't count calories. Just see what if you're hungry and how much you have to eat. You have to match whatever activity you're doing. If you're just walking, maybe a few portions of a whole meal is fine for you. Maybe twice a day, or if you're having thrice a day, then little portions where you're not hogging, you're not overeating. The third one is, if you have cravings, let's say you have cravings for ice cream, you have cravings for chocolate, don't deprive yourself. Even if you have fat right now and you know that you're going to work towards it, have that cup of ice cream, have that scoop of ice cream, have that piece of chocolate. Just don't hog on it. Okay, don't have the entire slab of chocolate, or don't have the entire tub of ice cream. Okay, just be consistent with your ice cream habits. Don't just eat one tub one day and then deprive the rest of the week. It's not gonna help you neither mentally nor physically. Then we have, I'm gonna touch this topic a little later. We have portion control. So it's typically interrelated to the protein, fiber, and water. Now, when you are feeling full, you automatically are going to reduce your portions. Okay. By portions, I mean things that are not really good for you, especially if you are losing fat. If you want to lose fat, if you want to gain muscle or gain weight, we are going to touch that topic later. But this is specifically for people who want to lose fat, want to lose weight, and want to feel healthier. You have to increase your intake of protein, fiber, and water, and this will help you control your portions. And if you are aware of our very famous fitness nutritionist Rujita Divekar, she also prescribes portion controlling. Okay, eat mindfully. Don't hog. Okay, so she also prescribes not to watch TV, sit with your family, talk, eat, consciously, have a bite, chew properly, and swallow it. Then you have your next bite, and that is how you're gonna signal to your brain. That is basics. You're sending signals to your brain that you're full now. When you see that you've just eaten one and a half piece of whatever is there in your plate, half of whatever is there in your plate. So, and if you are just watching television, if you're just kind of hogging and you're deprived, then you're gonna maybe have 2 plates of whatever you're having. So portion control is something that is most important, and protein, fiber, and water helps you in doing that. Combining these concepts will help you lose fat. It's that easy. It's not overcomplicated. If you want, you can write it down: protein, fiber, water, portion control, activity levels, and food equation, and no deprivation. Simple. Moving on. We have this plate. This is, let's say, my plate, and I am trying to lose fat from wherever I am. Okay. So I'm not counting any calories. I just know the amount of food that I eat, and that makes me satiated, right? So there is a concept known as satisfaction and satiation. Now in this plate, if you see, half of my plate, 50% is filled with vegetables. Now what is vegetables? It's fiber. Vegetables is fiber and is some kind of carbs, very negligible carbs. So I have small c. Okay? So it's majorly fiber. Now I have around 30%, 35%. This is not a general rule, so please don't make it a general rule. It's roughly 30-35% protein, or lean protein you can say. I may have egg whites, I don't have egg whites, I have the whole egg, so I combine these. You may have lean chicken breast, or you may have your maybe fat-free cottage cheese maybe. So your lean protein is here. Then you have your carbs and fats. So now these are your satisfying or bigger S. So I call satisfaction bigger S, satiating small s. Now vegetables and protein are both satiating. They will help you feel full. Although they are not high in calories, they are nutrient dense. Vegetables are nutrient dense, protein is nutrient dense. One chicken breast will really make you full. if you're not into a lot of activities, and even though if you are, chicken breast, a whole chicken breast, thick chicken breast makes me full like anything. It's dry, it's lean protein. Okay, I actually need some carbs to ingest that. Otherwise, I cannot have that. It's too heavy. This, along with vegetables, if you have this, you're fat free. Okay, so you add the satiating, which makes you feel full, and you combine the satisfying factor of the food, which is carbs and fat. So you have, let's say, rice, or let's say you want to really mix it up. You want to have pasta. You can have 20-25%, some portion of pasta along with it. Okay, so you can have, let's say, maybe a piece of bread, some kind of bread or oatmeal, if that is your type. So these will keep you satisfied. These will satiate you. Now, how do I put in the deprivation factor? Further divide this. Maybe you can have a piece of, let's say, one scoop of rice, and then you're having 1 cup of ice cream. You can saute the vegetables and protein, and you can have it. Very simple. So try this out and see what happens. Okay. Now there is something known as metabolic balance. Now in the metabolic balance, let's say you have started running, and you may need more energy to do things as compared to what you were eating before. So you may have to manipulate this 50-30-20 or ABC concept, this ABC concept, as per your own body demands. So you may switch from 50-30-20 to, let's say, 40-40-20. 40 of vegetables, 40 of protein, or 40 of carbs, and 20 of protein. Or you may, if you're into a lot of weight training for a few months, you're really into lifting. So you have 30 vegetables, 40 protein, 30 carbs. That way you are maintaining muscle, staying lean. If you want to gain weight, up the carb intake. This is vegetables, protein, and carb or fat. You up the carb intake. So if you want to gain weight, maybe you can, let's say, 20, 50 and 30, or 50 and, let's say, 30. This is carb, protein, and vegetables. So it could be anything. Okay, so that is where your own body type and your own intuition comes in, and that is where you have to dial in whether you are having this satiating portion of the food, along with whether you are dialing in, you're not really depriving yourself, and whether you are really controlling your portions when you are losing weight, when you want to gain weight, whether you are really manipulating the carbohydrates and fat portion of the meal to match to your activity. Okay, so do these modifications, see for, let's say, 3 to 4 weeks what happens, and then manipulate things. If you in 3 to 4 weeks you see that you're really not able to lose that much fat, reduce this portion further and maybe increase protein version more. Or simultaneously, if you are really getting a lot leaner and you're reducing muscle as well, increase protein, increase carb, reduce a little bit of vegetables here. Okay, so, and also this kind of meal is a whole meal. You're not depriving yourself of nutrients, you're not depriving yourself of your cravings, and you're also getting closer to your goals. And I'm really thankful to Dr. Jake Teta for this, because he has made it a lot simpler. We've been having a lot of discussions. I've been having discussions with my wife, with other mentors on diet, on so many things I've tried, intermittent fasting, depriving myself of things, and this has worked wonders for me, and it's still working. I'm manipulating this plate, and things are going really well. So I urge you to start this off. Any questions, any doubts you want to share? Because I'm also learning this thing. I just wanted to share this with you guys. So you can share this in the comment section, and let's grow stronger together and leaner together. Yeah. So any questions, guys? Please hit me up in the comments. I'm happy to help.